Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven, and tonight, whenever the heck you're watching this, we are finally getting around to doing a review of Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof. So what the heck is Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof, other than obviously what's in the title? It's a single barrel, it's at barrel strength, and it's from Jack Daniel's. Everyone knows Jack Daniel's from the old number 7. This is the cream of the crop of that. So these are their Tennessee whiskey single barrels at barrel strength. This particular one I will be reviewing, I got at Total Wine a little while ago, and it is 133.1 proof. They're around $70. The mash bill on this sucker is 80% corn, 12% rye, and 8% malted barley. And, honestly, this is just Jack Daniel's done right. At least in the branding case, we need to figure out what about in the whiskey case. Let's go ahead and get into it on the nose. So, a little nuttier than I want, but there's that huge traditional Brown-Forman banana nuttiness. Banana, it's that banana bread. Caramels, vanillas, little bit of oak. The nuttiness is kind of like a pecan nuttiness. Getting some heavy brown sugars. Little bit of an ethanol kick. You can definitely smell the ethanol on the nose, but it's not overwhelming. I would expect more from 133.1 proof. I would expect it to kind of hit me a little bit more, and it's still hitting me, don't get me wrong, but it's not hitting me the way I would expect. Yeah, it's just very nice. It's that traditional, very typical Brown-Forman banana nut red on the nose. Heavy caramels, heavy brown sugars, pecan nuttiness, heavy on the banana, and extremely bready. Very bready. Slight little cinnamon spice going on. But honestly, the most notable thing about this, other than the fact that you're getting that traditional flavor profile, is that ethanol is not punching in its weight class. And by that, I mean it's not smacking me around as much as I would have expected for something that high of proof. That high of proof usually kind of slaps you around a lot more. This is very inviting. You could definitely smell the proof on it, so it's kind of a little bit of a warning, but it's not saying no, don't come in. It's come in at your leisure type thing. It's letting you know, it's hey, it's a little spicy in here and it's a little aggressive, but come in when you want. Let's go ahead and get on the palate. Wow. It's super chocolatey on the palate. I don't remember it being that chocolatey. Chocolate, pecan, caramels, brown sugars, and a slight banana-ness. It's brown sugars, chocolate, caramels, vanillas, graham crackers. It almost reminds me kind of a pecan pie almost, like a chocolate pecan pie, graham cracker crust, heavy caramels on it, and then you roasted bananas, you pan-seared the bananas and you put them on top of the pecan pie. A little bit of vanilla ice cream that starts melting on it. God, now I want dessert. Yeah, chocolate, pecans, graham cracker, banana, caramels, vanillas. So much caramel, brown sugar, nice toasted oak. Ooh, and then a little tinge of cinnamon there towards the finish. Another thing, just like I said on the nose, the ethanol is not overwhelming at all. This is super inclusive. It's nice, it's easy, it's accessible. This drink's 120, maybe 115. Honestly, I think my 1920 back there might drink just as hot as this does. Okay, that might be an exaggeration, but it's not drinking half as hot as I thought it would be. But the finish is lingering. It's definitely a lot of toasted marshmallow and chocolate, graham cracker, oak. and a tinge of cinnamon, just a little Salt Bay worth of cinnamon. I think that's so exciting that that's not overwhelming on the proof at all. It's not extremely punchy. It's very accessible. This is probably the most accessible 130 plus proof whiskey I've ever had. This bottle is about everything I expected out of it. I mean, I know I've had it several times before, so I already kind of knew what to expect during this review, but it's pretty much what I expected. With this being, you know, Jack Daniel's, that huge distribution, it's super easy to find, super readily available. It is $70, so it's a little bit more than your typical barrel proof bourbon, but again, that like line's starting to kind of get pushed a little bit right nowadays. Like now things that used to be easy findable at $50 are now $60, like the 1920, and this is a huge step up from 1920. So with this being super available, super easy to find, like this is at my Total Wine every single time I go there. I don't pick one up every single time, but it's always there, or at least according to the time of filming. I know it's getting a little bit harder for a lot more people to get this bottle, but for me, it's still easy to find, so I'm gonna keep on enjoying it while I can. They're insanely high proof, and $70, honestly, in today's market is not insane. I mean, ECBPs are now starting to be like 80, 90 in my area, so with this being readily available, $70, easy to find, and it's such a reliable name brand, such a reliable flavor profile that I absolutely love. It's getting a flat A. Didn't expect myself to give it such a high grade, but I think it's fantastic. I think it's, if you like Brown-Forman type stuff, so Jack Daniel's, Woodford Reserve, Old Forester, this is right up your alley. It has that old Brown-Forman, Old Forester, Jack Daniel's, Woodford Reserve, banana nuttiness, oak, caramels, vanillas, brown sugars, all that same flavor profile, but it packs a punch. This is that at full force, but it's also inviting and accepting. Like, even though it smacks you around a little bit, it smacks you around and then it gives you a hug or something. I don't know how to analogy that, but it's very inviting. The nose, you can definitely smell the ethanol on there, but it doesn't smack you too hard where all you're getting is ethanol. Like, you still get a huge amount of flavor with that ethanol on the palate. You can definitely feel the proof. The hug's pretty intense, but it's not overwhelming the flavors at all. It's not like taking away from those in any which way. So overall, I would say with this being that reliable flavor profile, it's an A. An A all the way, baby. A. I don't inherently love the old number 7. I don't even really inherently love the single barrel of this. I think the normal single barrel, the non-barrel proof stuff, it's okay. This, I think, is out of the world. This is Jack Daniel's as it should be. This is the perfect Jack Daniel's bottle. At least the ones I have. I know I haven't had any of their super crazy limited stuff, but this is by far my favorite Jack Daniel's bottle, and this is one of my top 5 readily available, easy barrel proof bourbons that I have or have been able to find, try, whatever. That's gonna be a wrap for this video. Please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe. Please do yourself a favor, pick up one of these bottles. You'll thank me later. Also, check out the Instagram, Facebook, and the Patreon. The link for that is down there below. Leave a comment on this video. Let me know what your guys' favorite barrel proof bourbons are, or have you had any of this stuff? Do you think there's a better bourbon out there that will beat this at that same price point? I don't know if there is. There might not be another $70 barrel proof that can beat this. Maybe a batch of ECBP, but that's a maybe and a strong maybe. Maybe back in like C920, B520, but I don't think nowadays. Nowadays, not gonna happen. That's a wrap for this video though. Cheers, y'all. We'll see you later.